Today we're going to talk about selecting the correct fruit trees for your homestead. Welcome back to the farm. Today I'm going to talk about selecting fruit trees for your homestead or your farmstead or even in a neighborhood. And now this is an apple tree, but everything I say will apply to any kind of fruit tree: peach, plum, cherry, even blueberry bushes, figs, anything. So anything information I give you will be correct, generally speaking. So I went ahead and bought all my fruit trees or my apple trees that I'm going to plant. Before I went and bought these trees, and I've got some of them here. I've got 4 of them here, and I've ordered 3 more coming from Stark Brothers, and it's kind of a new thing for me. I haven't ever ordered from Stark Brothers, but a lot of people I see do, so I'll do a video on that, and we'll see how good the quality are. I know they're expensive. So before I started buying, I did some research, and let me back up, because when I first started out here, I would buy stuff, just whatever they had. Like I bought some peach trees for that Big Lots one time. And of course, they're still alive back there, and they're big, and but I've not got the first peach out of them. But it's a nice big tree. And I bought some apple trees, a couple apple trees down there I shouldn't have bought. And of course, I've talked before, I bought a bunch of Gala and Fuji, and I put down there behind the high tunnels. They just grew and never produced anything. So I'm talking from experience. So, do your research. And what I did, and what anybody can do, is go to your county or your agricultural extension agent and get a list. And that's what I did here. And the ones in green are the ones they recommend for Tennessee. My area, my zone is 7B. And let me just read what it says. The green shading represents disease-resistant cultivars which may reduce stress issues or enable fewer sprayers and lead to a higher opportunity for success. So I want this to produce apples with the least amount of effort I have to do. So I'm not saying even these red ones. Here's a Gala in red. That means you shouldn't buy it. But if you buy that tree and you put it out in your yard, it's going to grow, but you're going to get very little production out of it. So that's why I started my research, and I've got a bunch of notes everywhere on this paper. And the ones I bought, and I bought like a Crimson Crisp, a Liberty, an Enterprise, a Gold Rush, which is a yellow, and one more, Arkansas Black, and an Ambrosia. And so what I've done, I even dug deeper into the research. There's things you need to consider, like my zone is 7B, so that's my first consideration. Second thing is the disease resistance. So you can see how pretty these leaves are. I've got a problem, and it's not me personally or my area, but it's my area. I've got a bunch of cedar trees down through that fence row. Over on the other guy's farm over here, there's a bunch of cedar trees, and during the winter there's a fungus that lives on the cedar trees, and then in the spring they move over to your apple trees. It's called a rust. So I've bought all trees that are resistant to that rust. And what that rust does, and I could show you later, maybe next year, when it gets on that one of the trees I got down here, it inhibits their production of fruit. So that's one of the things I was looking for. I want resistance to rust and fire blight. So this year I had some fire blight problems. That's what killed those other trees over there. And so that's the second thing I look for. And also chill hours. So where I live, I went to a chart and put in, you can kind of tweak it around to your actual address. And they said that I have 1,200 chill hours here on average winter. And what a chill hour is a temperature between 32 and 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Now if it gets below 32, it does not count. Like last year, we've had a very poor production this year on all our apple trees. So last winter, it didn't really get all that cold, but there's about a week it got really cold, like 0. Of course, me thinking, well, I won't have a good apple crop. Well, if it gets below 32, it don't count. So I based all mine on 1,000 hours or less. So I think I do get a little chilly here than I do than people get in town. I guess because we're kind of down in a valley, because we'll get a little light frost and people in town won't get nothing. So I just figured everything on a 1,000-hour chill hour average. So every tree I got, you can see here, 8, 6, 5 to 8, 8, 8, 8, 1,000, 6, 5 to 8, 8, and 700 chill hours. And there's also a website I found that you can go and show you how you're doing on your chill hours, like in January or whatever. You can check it and see what your total is for the year. So I'm gonna monitor that too. So that's one thing. You need your variety for your zone, the disease resistance, the chill hours, and the last thing you need to consider is cross-pollination. So most of these trees take a pollinator. It's like all the trees I bought will pollinate with either a gold rush or a crimson will pollinate it, or a ambrosia will pollinate. So when you buy there, you can go in there and you can see what all you need to, which ones will cross-pollinate, because you got to have a specific variety. So and what that means is, like, when this thing blooms out and the bee comes over here and gets in that flower and goes to the next tree, it takes that pollen with it and gets on that flower, and well, it makes an apple. So it takes pollen from this tree to go over to the other tree and pollinate, just like a tomato or any of your vegetables. So they do make self-pollinating trees, but I do not have any of those, and I could not find any for my area. So that's why I paid really close attention to pollination. This gold rush is really a good one, so I might get another one of those next year, because I want to put a new orchard over here, and I showed them in another video, and I'll show you when the other plants get here in the mail. We'll go do that. So this is really like a two-part video. So to recap, go to your extension agent, find you a list. They should be able to get, anybody in the country should be able to get you a list for your zone. So get trees for your zone, get the disease resistance for your area, the chill hours requirement for your areas, and the cross-pollination. And hopefully in 2 years we'll have bumper after bumper after bumper crop of apples. And that's what we want, because we use a lot of apples here. So hope this is helpful. Now Monday we'll be back live at 8 p.m. I'm gonna have another guest. I might even have 2 guests. One of them will be four-legged. We'll talk about that when the time comes. So tune in 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Monday at 8 o'clock. I'll be live, and if you have any questions that you want to ask me, just send me an email. If you can't ask questions in the comment section, you can send me an email, and I check my emails right before I go online. So, and I got one more thing to give away, and that's the knife. Somebody has not claimed that yet, so I'm gonna give it away. I'll draw another name and attempt to give it away. So that's all happening Monday. Got a big show planned, so tune in and see what it's all about. So hey, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all my subscribers. Give me the thumbs up, support your local farmers, and we'll see you down here in the farm in the next video.